It's a thing, Melissa Arson, Awakening Leela of, London, England. Awakening Leela. I'm trying to just pinpoint it because there's other Melissa Arsons in the world, and even in England. But it's the thing. It's spiritual crime when you don't allow us to be neutral. When we're doing all we can to be neutral, everything we can. That's what y'all say. That's the basis of love. Is it's neutral. That makes sense. That how could it be if it doesn't? You could try. I mean, you don't want to interfere with anything. Is if it's not harming, not intruding on something else. Vamping on something else and whatnot, you don't worry about it. But we've long established no possibility you're my own soul, my twin soul. That's what the deal is. You could have told me that any time. Well, somewhere in that year-long process, yeah. And can you stand? Can you stand on both legs? I mean, so you don't have a pretty much 24/7 piano string drawing in one of your legs that does it, like you have to wait till a certain time of month where you can cut the toes on one of your feet, but you still have to, work. Physical job. My job's a walking job. And that's what I need. But it fluctuates hours, You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about how long's my Cash App been up there. How long was my phone number up there? I put a Text Now phone up there forever. You chose not to call. Chose not to call. What? Okay. You don't sugarcoat what you did. I ain't saying you're solely responsible, but you didn't give a rat's ass when I was threatened by the Department of Justice, which is genocide. Which I had to stand up to and risk immediate imprisonment because I told them they were the Department of, because I told them you're the Department of Genocide. You've almost erased the American Indian, and you don't give a rat's ass. And you're fining me $4,500 and under threat of jail if I don't pay you because I sent money overseas to what I thought was my soul to save a woman and child. While you're erasing the natural human you're a foreigner erasing the natural human. And you're gonna have a marshal after me because I'm trying to save a woman and child. Because you claim I never met them. No, I just told you I did. Why would you assume I never? I mean, I was taken to court without going. So I was taken to a verdict on a ship. All their courts are on a ship. You're stepping onto a captain's ship because they know they have no rights here. Understand that. Their courts with that gold tassel on the flag means you're stepping onto a captain's ship, meaning they're acknowledging they have no rights here on the land. I mean, 2000, Zeitgeist was released in 2007, guys. No excuse. Y'all can do y'all can play. That's why do you think you're playing games? Why do you think actors are advertising games constantly? You can do everything with these phones, but seek. You can do everything with the internet, but seek. Well, we can't avoid the streets for shit. There you go, Ms. Arson. You will not, what spirit? What essence told you could subscribe to me? You can keep monitoring me. Okay? You do not get to watch my videos at all. If they show up naturally in your algorithm without you doing any kind of way, anything to get them there, you unsubscribe and then you stop watching my videos, give it a while so they stop showing up because they're going to show up. And then if they show up anyways, then that would be well, that's what it's supposed to work. That's why a real person never asks for a subscription or a like, because they didn't incarnate to be liked. Okay? Because the human has lost its motherfucking mind, while the pure human is out in the woods having to eat its flesh raw because it can't set a fucking fire because the idiot human's going to take a gun out there to shoot it. Yeah. Y'all have lost your mind if you think we have to give a fuck about you. We do not have to give a rat's ass about you because y'all don't give a rat's ass about yourself or nothing else. So how could we even, pretend to care? You don't start caring about yourself. You're absolute idiots. What was Malevolent Sasquatch? What? They don't understand they carry metal. You come out there to the woods, the only place they got to go with guns. The benevolent ones are probably almost erased. Or are they just transitioning out of this density? I mean, they do. That's the thing that's what's the flaw of Thoth and over Devin all mad. You don't know. No, we still got humans that can whatever. Transfer densities at will. You didn't know that, right? Okay. You know the Sasquatch have human DNA like everything else here. Whatever had human DNA got infused with reptilian DNA. Okay. Okay. It's okay. But that's the thing. I'm not, okay. I had to let you go all at once. Okay. I'm saying you have no idea. You're not acknowledging, and you got other people. God says you're going to sugarcoat. When you And what is it? We got them now. What is the DOJ now? The DOJ, the Department of Justice, is verifying it is as heinous and reptilian as any organization on earth could be. It's there with the Vatican now, right? Okay, so they're verifying what they are. When you have the demons on somebody, whether it's intentional or not, you show absolutely no concern, and then you try to blame it on my mother. Well, the DOJ, the Department of Genocide, said y'all were a money scamming ring. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why y'all haven't been arrested yet, because it sounds about right. So either you're a reptilian humanoid, Melissa Arson, or you are completely possessed, or you were. You have no rights to make any complaint. I don't care what you do. You stop subscribing to me now, and you stop watching my videos. You are annihilating spiritual law. And I've known this for a while. The point of spiritual court, at least for us, wouldn't be punishment or even taking something away. I think that's what the be with. Obviously, those that seek power maybe need to have even more power taken away from them. Because those who want power can't have it for obvious reason. Why? Because they want it. No one thinks, a real person doesn't think in power. A real person doesn't think in hierarchy. As I said eons ago, I don't come from hierarchy, and if I did, I'll never return. So, okay, pretty simple. So I don't know if I'm from the Circle Environment Arcturus or not. Now I've Devon Magic saying and Thoth and Hermes, everything. And he just said there's no South Pole, but he's calling the brain fuck. Why did you just say there's no South Pole? That's the ice wall. Then you keep calling it South Pole. I don't talk about stuff down there because it's more masculine, because the square and the short. Yet on the Ancestral Republic, they live 250 years as the average. We're decaying more in here. You're calling that more feminine than less decay out there in certain places? So yeah, right outside the ice wall, the Ancestral Republic. That's the average lifespan, right? On 200-something years. But that's more masculine. Now other than that, they're polluting 30,000 gallons of water to make 1 ton of steel, which that's what Claudio Nacelli and Italian PNC were busted. They would talk about everything out there but the Arcturians. Yeah. And PNC made it blatant. He went through every one, I think, but 2, and one of them was Arcturus. So you're going to bypass the guardians of this domed universe, biosphere. You're going to just completely bypass them and act like that's not intentional. Another thing is, Devon Thoth, if my lands were out there circling, I wouldn't want to talk about them either. You're circling the absolute zero line where you have souls trapped, acting like that's normal. Got your little Claudio Nacelli presenting that, normalizing it, like all the reptilians do. Normalizing souls being trapped. What do you mean? You can only be trapped if you're in a density. Ethericness can't be trapped, right? Unless they hope about love. There's some etheric that looks like it's going to have to be trapped if it doesn't stop. That's the whole point. Sinister isn't a beautiful mistake. Okay? Yes, beautiful. No matter what we say, no matter what we do, we're the song side of the tune full of beautiful mistakes. Sinister isn't beautiful mistakes. And it doesn't fall with any category of dualism. You hear that, Thoth? Were you a blood drinker, Thoth? Were you a blood drinker, Thoth? Thoth, were you a blood drinker?